I have the honor of bringing up Mr. Courtney Scott. Courtney Scott runs all of our social media marketing. We get direct-to-seller leads because of Courtney Scott. We get to close deals because of Courtney Scott. This guy understands social media marketing and marketing for buyers, marketing for sellers like nobody you've ever seen before. He is gracious enough to come and give a free talk tonight of how you can use your own social media platform, using ads and your own social media platform to get motivated sellers coming to you. So without further ado, let me introduce Mr. Courtney Scott.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing the presentation.
Do what? We're doing the presentation. Pull it up right now. So talk for like 30 seconds.
Hey guys, how's it going? Hey.
Oh, you.
How y'all doing? This is my first time speaking in front of this many people. So, yes, this is my first time, guys. However, so I saw that some of you guys didn't raise your hand and that didn't know me. My name is Courtney Scott, the Cowboy marketer. That's why you guys see this cowboy hat. Over the last 3 years, we managed $12 million in ad spend on Facebook and Instagram. We generated $78 million in real estate wholesale transaction fees all over the U.S. So today, basically what I'm going to do is show you guys the secrets, because I spent the last 3 years just kind of hiding all the secrets from everybody. Now I'm like, let me just give them out for free. And we started at the beginning of the year, and it just brought us way more clients. So I got some beautiful clients in the room, and it's kind of cool to get out here and meet some of you guys. In order for me to do that, I feel like how I can actually make a big impact to you guys, I would like to do a quick exercise to see how many deals everybody is doing. So who in this room is actual wholesalers? Can you guys raise your right hand? I know. Okay, so about 30% of the room is actual wholesalers. Like, who is doing deals, like, consistently? No US, yeah. Okay, awesome. So what's gonna happen is JR is getting up the presentation for us, guys, and I'm gonna go through everything. I'm literally just lay it all out on the line for you guys, and maybe you guys can steal some of my tactics and implement them and scale you guys' companies to the next level. So we're waiting on JR at this time, but in the meantime, we just don't wanna sit here and not talk and just chat. Do anybody got any questions for me before I start?
Why does he call you the Cowboy marketer?
That's a good question. Guys, so I would say this. Let me give you guys a little bit backstory. Before I started posting a lot of cowboy content, bull riding, steer wrestling, doing all the rope and all the fun stuff, I started to attract a lot of cowboys to my brand. So if we're talking about branding, be very careful on how you brand, because I attracted a lot of cowboys. If you guys didn't know, cowboys are broke. By the way, they work for minimum wage. It's kind of cool.
Hold on to this up right there.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, hold it kind of like that.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. So, thank you, JR. But what we noticed is I was tracking a lot of cowboys. And like I said, they're broke. So I had to switch that up. And I started talking more about marketing and sprinkling a little cowboy in there. So that's why they call me the cowboy marketer, because I do it for a hobby, because you want to do it for money. You're probably not going to make that much. All right, awesome. Any more questions? Oh, we're good? Okay, all right, guys. So let's start the presentation. I'm going to try to make it quick and not boring. At the end, I am going to ask for a fun exercise from everybody. So to start off, though, guys, I hear this conception a lot, that marketing, like wholesaling is just marketing to sales. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard that all over, but they're forgetting one main factor. And the main factor they're missing is I think it's trust. And what made me realize that, I kind of redid this whole presentation last week, because I was sitting with JR in his office, and I was like, JR, why is we doing these crazy events? And he was like, man, to build trust. And I'm like, what do you mean? So whenever we send out our contracts to the buyers, they prioritize us. I don't mean to give out your secrets, JR, but they prioritize us, and they actually trust us more because they see the branding. And I'm like, dude, that's important. This guy is a smart dude. If you guys haven't met JR, meet this dude. So I got the chance to sit with him for an hour. And I'm like, I got to steal that tactic. So I'm planning on doing more views. Can you go to the next one?
Yeah.
So over the last 3 years, like I said, I've been running ads to attract wholesalers. And I did the data, like I said, in the last week. And I've created 30,000 leads of wholesalers all over the U.S. And there's one question that we ask on our forums is, how many deals are you guys doing? And 80% of the leads, when I checked 2 days ago, 80% of them wasn't doing any deals. And I'm like, man, that's got to be a big problem here, because I know there's, as you guys know, the 80-20% rule. 20% of the people are doing majority of the deals, 80% of the deals. And I'm like, why are these guys doing 80% of the deals and 20% of the people aren't? And I was like, because they're building trust and they're mastering ads. Most guys that are doing deals are doing ads. Like, I'm walking on the treadmill the other day, burnt 2,000 calories in like 3 hours on the treadmill. I look up and guess who face I see right before this event? And I'm like, that's JR. Like, this guy is just really good. He's on TV. He's doing this thing. I'm like, he has the code. So I asked them how the deals they're doing. These guys are the absolute beast. So I told you I was going to hype you up. Yes. Okay. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, guys. These two big factors on how to build trust and how to master ads on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to try to give you guys as much sauce as I possibly can. But if you guys have questions, we're going to open it up for questions at the end, just because I want you guys to leave here with some data and leave here with some tangible things you can do. All right? Go to the next one, JR. All right, so trust is a foundation for successful marketing. And that's what we're going to break down if you just go to the next one. Sorry, I thought I was going to have a clicker. I do apologize. All right, shoot you the gun? Okay. But building trust doesn't happen overnight. But I'm going to share with you guys a few tips on how we can speed that process up. And looking at some of the data, we've noticed, if you guys have seen any of my ads, you guys probably have, but didn't know they were my ads. What we did is used to run ads on Facebook lead forms. So what that is Facebook have a lead form where they basically just pre-fills the majority of the questions. And we're like, okay, these are great. That's a good way if you want a bunch of leads, a quantity of leads, but it's not the best way to get a quality of leads. So what we did, we switched to landing pages. What landing pages allowed us to do is actually track how long they were on our website for. So it took us a minute to get everything pre-filled, and it took 7 minutes for people to go on our landing page. I'm like, this must have to have a big impact. And I thought it was because we asked them 25 questions like, hey, what does the roof look like? What does the kitchen look like? What does the bathroom look like? And we start asking a bunch of questions, but none of that information was relevant. It was just because they spent 7 minutes actually filling out that form, because it built more trust, because they had more time with your brand, had more time of seeing your logo. So it built more trust instead of them doing 1 minute and going to fill out somebody else's form. And also retargeting ads. So with the retargeting ads, guys, what we've done is when you're giving out offers, we see a lot of people, they're probably not ready to sell now because the money's in the follow-up, right? Everybody hear that in real estate? The money's in the follow-up, but why not let the ads do the follow-up for you? And that's the biggest thing. So if someone came to my Instagram tonight, if you guys follow me on Instagram, what you're going to see is consistent ads of me in probably the same cowboy hat, because that's the money's in the follow-up, because I can't follow up with everybody in this room, but you guys are going to constantly see my face. All right, so I want you guys to remember this, the rule of 7. Have anybody ever heard of the rule of 7?
Yes.
Okay, guys, which is why he's doing a lot of volume, right? So the rule of 7, guys, it takes the average person 7 to 8 times to see your ad before they trust you enough to purchase from you, especially if it's a home. It's probably going to take 10 to 20 times to see you before they trust you enough to actually sell you their property. As far as in the guys that are sponsoring the event, they sponsor so many events, it takes you guys enough time to seeing them to trust them to actually go and use their company, right? That's the best part about it. So I want you guys to remember that 7 to 8 times. So if you're cold calling someone, hey, you just have to spend longer time with them. And it takes the average person 3 hours to consume your content. Now I want to give you guys a quick story about this. Go to the next one. So I was planning on moving to Wyoming. If you guys didn't know, Wyoming is the cowboy state. So I was planning on moving to Wyoming, not Texas. I know it's kind of crazy if you guys didn't know. That was kind of a fun fact to me, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. But I was planning on moving there, and I was going to get like 200 acres, just some ranch land. And when I went there, I searched up Wyoming realtors on Google. So some gentleman was asking me about Google PPC earlier, and I saw this lady. She had great SEO. She was the first. I clicked on her page. I clicked on her Google profile, went to her Instagram, and all she had was signs holding keys. Just sold. And she was basically saying, hey, just listed this property. I'm like, this is boring. I clicked off her Instagram. I do not remember her name. I kind of looked her up, and then she wasn't at the top anymore. So I went back to Instagram again and typed up Wyoming Realtor. When I typed up Wyoming Realtor, this lady pops up, and she's touring a 30-acre ranch on back of a horse. And I'm like, that's my gal. That's my realtor. So I reached out to her, and I went through 3 hours of content on her Instagram and 3 hours of content on her YouTube. And I was like, this is the person I'm going to go with. Booked the flights, did everything, saw the property and everything. I was under contract, kind of a whole nother story. But the moral of the story is I literally spent 3 hours of viewing her content before I actually reached out to her. So guess what? I was already a qualified buyer for her, and I didn't have no questions to ask. It was like, hey, I already got qualified. I got the pre-approval letter, and I got everything for you. She's like, hey, this property. She's like, hey, you're 25 years old at the time. dude, this property's gonna cost you $2 million. Yeah, you got to get a pre-approval letter before I even show you a property. I'm like, all right, I got it. Well, let's not worry about that. But that was kind of fun. I just had that part on there. You can go to the next one. But I think building trust, guys, isn't everything in marketing. So even though I said trust is one of those successful foundations you need, but building the trust isn't everything you need in marketing. What you guys really came here for, if you guys didn't know, like I said, I managed $12 million in ad spend in the last 3 years. Before that, I helped e-com businesses and I helped home services, roofing companies. And when I helped them, I've managed over $50 million in the last 7 years. And we've generated over $300 million in e-coms, info product, and coaches. So I literally took all of that testing and I came over to the real estate space, and I'm gonna give you guys some good data. So last night, JR didn't know anything about that. So I looked in JR's ad account because I run JR ads. And I looked in his ad account and I was like, how many people did JR reach in the last 21 days? So as you guys can see in the corner, the right-hand corner right there, you see January 1st, 2025 to January 21st to 2025. He reached 10,000 people. And I was like, can the average person make that many cold calls a day if you don't hire a cold calling firm, right? And I'm like, dude, the average person can't because that comes down to 469 calls a day. The average person probably can make 100 a day, and we're looking at 40 seconds talk time. So JR's videos average 40 seconds talk time. I'm like, that's a lot. So the average person cannot make that many dials a day. So how can I basically mass cold call homeowners that actually own homes and say, hey guys, are you a distressed seller or are you looking to sell your property for cash assets? That's the concept. And so that's why I think that's the power of social media. That's the power of how you guys can do things at scale. So today I'm gonna talk to you guys about why most ads fail, because I can tell you guys why they succeed, but we'll be here for a long time. I just want to keep it short on why most ads fail. So is anybody here currently running ads for themselves right now?
Not yet. You done us right.
No, but honestly, so I'm just tell you guys some quick tidbits in case you guys are probably entertaining any other agencies that run your ads. I'm gonna tell you guys why they most fail. Because the average person sees, I know you guys know the statistic right here, the average person sees 40,000 ads in one day. I can't even remember the last 3 I've seen, but the average person sees 40,000. Like on the way here, you saw billboards, you see your phone, and there's so many ads, you have to stand out from all that noise. So I'm gonna show you guys some little tips on how to stand out from all that noise. Where's the next? And these small changes can make a big impact, and I'm gonna show you guys the data on these changes. So right here, where it says old ad on the left-hand side of the screen, that's an old ad that we saw. I don't know if you guys ever seen that ad, but we was running that ad, let's say 2 years ago. I'm like, this is a great ad. I thought it was good at the time. It was good at the time. But what happened was everybody else started doing it because it's so easy. All you gotta do is put the ad in Canva and just go and get an old torn down house and say, we buy houses as is on it. So all our competition started doing it. All my clients' competition started doing it. So we created a new ad right here, and it was like, well, let's try to add a cartoon effect to it. And here's what happened when we did that. Want to go to the next slide? So as you guys can see at the top in that red square up there, you guys see the average cost per lead is $125 for that old ad. Now the cost per lead is $25. Just because we made the simple change. Every other controllable was exactly the same. And we were like, man, did we just 5 times define lead flow by not increasing ad spend, by not changing anything, by switching up a little creative? It took us a lot of testing to do it, but that's the power of being very creative, guys. And I see a lot of people create ads. When they put up one ad, what they do? 1 to 2 ads, and that's it, and they let it run for 2-3 months. I don't know if you guys had any experience with other agencies, but that's 9 times out of 10 what other agencies are doing. All right. Can we play one of these videos? Okay, all right, guys. So this is what we did. So everybody familiar with UGC, yes? Yeah. User-generated content. Someone put up a phone and say, hey, if you want to sell your house fast for cash as is, this company helped me out. We was the first one started doing that before anybody in the industry. Once you did it, okay, yep, go ahead.
What happens if you don't list your house with a realtor? Let's break it down. Cost of using a realtor. Your home gets listed on the MLS, reaching tons of buyers. Perfect if your house is in great condition, all fixed up and ready to go. Realtors help with paperwork, so it's smooth for many sellers.
Sorry, you got it there, Zayel.
Realtors are expensive.
Yep, you can follow it. So we did that ad, and we did it for 2 years. We was the first ones to do it. It did great, but what happened? That's easy to do. All you got to do is go to Fiverr, hire an actor. It costs us $50 to do. But it's just because we was first to it. So you guys ever heard of that saying, if it's a trend, If you realize it's a trend, you're already too late. Because the people that made it a trend, they made the most money from it, right? So you're too late on it. So what we did, we was like, all right, we're in Texas. Let's do something cool. And we went and created a video like this.
I buy houses no matter the condition. Don't care if it means something.
Okay, so yeah, so what we did, we created a country song. If you guys didn't know the Cowboy hat, and I was like, dude, I love country music. Let's bring that into the Texas market. No one else has done that, and we can show you guys some impact on it. Yep, the next one. All right, so the impact on it, guys. So you guys can't see the squares because I thought the screen was going to be bigger, so I do apologize. But on here, guys, so the hold rate for the first video was like 10%. What a hold rate is, if let's say you have 100 people scrolling on the timeline today, and the average person that stops and view the ad, it was 10%. So 10 people that actually stop and view the ad. That country song, it jumped to 50%. So if 100 people were scrolling on their timeline, they literally 50% of the people actually stopped. And that is the power of being super creative and standing out. And that video cost us, I think, $2,500. And we tested it in a bunch of markets in all of like New Mexico, Texas, Florida, Georgia, like all of the country markets and some in, you know, those Midwest states. But it performed really well just because we implemented that. All right. This is the last example. So let's compare two ad copies because ad copy is what you see. So the creative is supposed to stop them, grab their attention, and the ad copy is to hold their attention. And this is where I want you guys to participate more or less with me. So we got A and B. So if you guys think it's A, raise your left hand. If you think it's B, raise your right hand. So ad copy A is homeowners. I never thought I'd share this secret with you, but it's time you knew the truth. You don't have to list with the realtor to fix it up and wait for it to sell on the market. You can actually sell it faster off market, especially if you don't have the money to fix it up, the property, and if you want to sell it fast. Click the link below and fill out the form for a free cash offer. Or the next one, so if you guys think it's that one, raise your left hand. Now B, you need to sell your house fast and easy. Say goodbye to the realtor, to the costly repairs. Forget about the commissions and fees. Yep. No real estate agents required. Get a cash offer and close on your timeline. We're here to make your life simpler, and we purchase houses in any condition. So which one you guys think it is? Sorry. Okay, it's B. Raise your left hand if you think it's B. All right, raise your right hand if you raise your other hand. I don't know what I said. Okay, if you think it's A. Okay, A, got A. Okay, so 100% guys, A is the winner. JR probably said that because he got the presentation. All right, so why is A the winner? Because I think everyone else, it's easy for you guys to go put an AI like, hey, I'm trying to buy distressed properties, and they can fill it. They can pre-fill it for you guys. Sorry, the liquor's getting to me. But homeowners, I never thought I'd share this secret. It kind of builds curiosity. It stands out. So, because they're not used to saying that. What they always say in homeowner, you mean to sell your house fast for cash, as is? Everyone does that. But it's like homeowners, I never thought I'd share the secret with you. But, and then we go to, you don't have to list your property with a realtor. It challenged controversial thinking, and that's all you should do with your marketer. And especially if you don't have the money, it's speaking directly to their pain points. So let's go to the next one. And this is going to be super cool. Because did anybody understand? Everybody understood the ad copy, how it kind of hit and resonated differently. Yes? So I want to make sure you guys understand that. Okay. For everybody to say yes, guys, here's what I want you to do. I want everybody to pull out their phones, if you guys don't mind. Because I know you guys got phones. I didn't know if we was going to have paper. I'm going to just give you guys a second. Because I want to see I want to make sure you guys leave here with something valuable. Can you guys pull up the notes tab? Oh, JR is doing it too, so this is going to be exciting. All right, pull up your notes tab. And then JR, you can go to the next slide because we got some phones up. So what I want you guys to do, imagine you're creating an ad for a home buyer services, and your goal is to attract distressed homeowners looking to sell quickly without repairs or fees. I want you to write a headline. It can't be no more than 10 to 12 words, but I want it to be clear, emotional, engaging based off what you guys learned today. I want you to use powerful words and to get their pain points and their desires. So it's really important, guys, if you're planning on doing it. So just 10 to 12 words. How would you target a home? I'll give you guys 2 minutes. It takes me 2 hours to do 2 of them, but I'm trying to short it down to 2 to 5 minutes for you guys. What would you do to stand out? This is the fun stuff. This is the money maker stuff. As you guys see, those small changes that we did literally 5 times our clients' lead flow, 5 times their return. They literally spent the same amount of money. No increase in money, but they got 5 times more profit. It's hard, yeah? 10 to 12 words, because that's all that Facebook allows you to really do. So you have to basically go and condense everything you know in 5 words, 5 to 10 words. You got it, JR?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Awesome. So here's what I want to do, guys. Anybody want to share theirs? Anybody want to share theirs? JR?
I actually don't mind, yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Crazy fact for you. You don't need a realtor to sell your home.
Oh, that's a really, I'm still in that one. Layla, can you take that down? It's a really good one. Okay. Anybody else want to share theirs? I know it's kind of hard, but guys, just share it so I can steal your ideas as well. All right. Nobody else want to share? Okay. No problem. But that kind of concludes the presentation, guys. I don't want to make it long and boring and talk you guys' ears off. I kind of want to open the floor for you guys to actually ask me some questions, and I can give you guys some tangible data based off of that. And if you want to, I'm going to leave my IG up here for you guys. So just follow me on IG if you guys haven't already. Like I said, we done $12 million in ad spend in the last 3 years. So we definitely know what we're doing. So I can give a lot of my tips out there on Instagram. So here you guys go. Thank you, guys.
Let's give Courtney a round of applause. Okay, so we were going to do like a little question and answer with everybody. Does anybody have any questions for Courtney before I start asking the questions, or should I get us going? Anybody?
Yeah.
Cool.
Jay, like I got all the questions.
Jay's got all the questions in one.
Yeah, I want to state the obvious because, like, I want you guys to know the presence of where you guys are in right now. So, Mr. Scott, can you go ahead and tell them the importance about branding regardless of the business that you're in?
I think branding, like my biggest tagline is like branding is the new currency, 1,000%, which is why JR do these videos, which is why I ran the ads with JR branding in there. Guys, if you're not doing branding, it's safe to say probably in 2 years it'll get harder. Like the lady I was telling you guys the story about in Wyoming, she had great SEO, spent a lot of money on that, a lot of time on it, but I went to her Instagram and it sucked. And I went with someone else. And the $2 million, 3% in commission fees off of that just because she didn't have a good Instagram and it didn't stand out. So you need to focus really, really hard on branding. That's really important.
So how much? I'm sorry.
No, you're worried. Grab the phone.
As far as marketing dollars, how much do a person like? I'm a real estate agent and I'm a loan officer. I pretty much does it all. My wife, she's at the top 1%. We have social media, but we do no marketing. It's only by the grace of God that we successful as we are. Of course, we don't spend a lot of money marketing. We throw gators, we donate, and we kind of do stuff that way. We just get
Marketing, yeah.
80% of our stuff is referral.
Okay.
But of course, we would love to get in marketing, but we spend a lot of money, and this we'd have been all over the place spending money on marketing. It's just really not seeing it. So what's the minimum that you have to spend to market with your guys, and how much would you have to spend to really get? I'm just saying a quality 10 leads a month.
Okay. Awesome. That's a great question, Chris. I would say, honestly, I recommend, especially in a competitive market like this, like Houston, you guys need at least $3K a month. That's $100 a day. That's nothing. Yeah. So I say at least $3K. You probably can get like 30 leads a month, and it all comes down to. And I was telling these gentlemen over here, Zach and Mike, and I was like, dude, if you can on Facebook, it just comes down to who's the most creative. Like Facebook ads is like, if you're super creative, you stand out. With Google PPC, you're probably gonna need way more than that. So you're probably gonna need $7,500 in the Houston market because everybody's gonna do the same negative keywords. Everybody's gonna do the same keywords. Everybody's gonna do the same landing pages. On Facebook, you see the big difference that just changing one picture does. So if you just started on Facebook and you guys are churning through a lot of creatives, like right now, we go through 900 creatives a month just for 150 clients. So whenever they say, hey guys, we gotta update, JR's or Carlos' ad account, we go and shoot, already like 20 creatives to test to see what works around the variables. So I know it probably didn't work for you guys before, but eventually, if you had the...
I mean, it's like we invested in a We Buy the Home franchise. I don't know if you understand.
Okay.
The minimum marketing dollars is $10,000. You hit the billboards, you did all that.
Yeah. It don't, yeah.
Talking about quality leads.
Yeah. So I would say definitely go to Facebook and Instagram, 1,000%, because your money go a longer way and you can track it. With billboards, you can't really track
But
billboards.
just like to say, like, so if you was to go to our Instagram, we probably sell between 10 to 20 homes.
Real. Okay, let's go.
And so you go down Instagram and you just see all the homes sold, probably 3-4 likes.
Okay. Yeah. That's going with the branding, I guarantee you. So my lady friend, what she did was, when she was starting as a realtor, what she did an open house. She did like funny videos based around it because I was there and I was kind of coaching her. I was like, hey, try to show this house in 30 seconds. And that video blew up. She had literally 100 followers. And the video just absolutely blew up. I was like, hey, try to run around this home in 30 seconds and talk about what you think is important. And then starts the video with like, hey, I'm going to sell this kitchen to you guys in 30 seconds. And now she's talking to like, hey, you can cook here. Hey, you got a lot of countertop space, a lot of cabinet space. And she's literally doing that in 30 seconds. Video just absolutely blows up. And guess what? Our attention spans are way smaller than they used to be. So it's like, let me get this thing sold in 30 seconds. And it's just like, everybody's there like, can you actually sell me on this property in 30 seconds? So just coming up with like unique and different creative approaches, and you guys will get the engagement.
Would you suggest the marketing and like a guy like Josue? I don't know where he's at. Someone to kind of filter the calls.
100%.
We did comedians, and like I said, we do all type of sponsors. But just, you can only talk to so many people. And we got hundreds. So many leads that are not quality, it's not easy.
It's not worth it. Yeah, so I definitely get somebody like Josue to get in there and just actually filter out the good ones. And especially if you guys are already doing 10, 20 deals a month. And you guys are like, hey, we're kind of stuck. It's like, we can't actually work these leads. So you need somebody in the mix of it, like a lead manager, to actually work the leads for you and then send you over the good ones so you actually lock them up. And then you need like a follow-up specialist to follow up the ones that aren't ready to go right now. Because not all the leads I'll give you are ready to go right now. And JR can attest to that. Yeah. Yeah, because it's really hard to say, hey, I only want you to submit this form.
The marketing, you're still going to need somebody to
1,000%. 1,000%.
to get the real.
1,000%. Great questions. All right, what you got for me? All right.
For target age groups, it seems like social media is probably younger. Houses that have a lot of equity in that you're chasing a stock. That was my whole question. First quick, there's
So I don't even use Facebook myself anymore. Yeah, I'm not even on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, but I'm not even on Facebook because it's like for the older generation. And what we've noticed, because you can break down the marketing per platform. Yeah, so I'm just on Instagram and not on Facebook anymore because you can break down the platforms. The cost per lead on Instagram is way more expensive than Facebook, so we switched our clients only to Facebook. But it took us to do that and see exactly what's the cost per lead on Instagram, what's the cost per lead on Facebook.
What about TikTok?
I think some people get really good. They're super young, but some people do get good deals on it. Oh, okay, I think this gentleman had his hand up first. I'll come back to you. Good question.
Yeah, appreciate it. So I had a follow-up question to that. How do you value indirect marketing, like a radio or TV commercial, right, where you're not getting that interaction on a website platform, right, where you can track the interaction, right? I think you mentioned, how long somebody spent on something before they engaged with it. Do you still see value like in TV commercials and radio? How do you compare that?
Good question.
Great question. That was a really good question. And I think if you could crack the code on TV, and I'll be the first to say, JR's TV commercials is getting them a better return than I am. Just because I know they're kind of like, oh, wow, but they are getting him a better return than I am. But JR spending a lot of money on TV. So if you guys come in with, let's say, like just a couple of grand, he's going to smoke you guys in that. I think all Facebook and Instagram do is give you that competitive edge as far as if you're really competitive. Like if you're really creative, you can stand out and try to win just based off of creatives. But I do think TV, radio, anything works. Cold calling, any and everything works if you guys work at it, 100%. But I say if you got the money, do it. But you're competing against guys that have been doing it for what? How long you been doing it? 5 years. He already got the branding on TV. I literally was walking on the treadmill. I look up and I'm like, is that JR? I'm like, this guy is everywhere. And then somebody was telling me, like, hey, dude, I see you on social media everywhere too. He's everywhere. That's called that ubiquitous marketing, and that's how you need to actually get it dialed in. All right,
As a senior in the room who still is on Facebook,
You look 17.
But I'm wondering about LinkedIn as far as leads go. Do you use LinkedIn?
Oh, that's a really good question. So that's a really good question. No, we don't use LinkedIn. Reason being, I don't know. So I actually may try it. I'm gonna get some clients because I got a lot of ads. We spend $700,000 a month in ads, so that's something I'm definitely gonna try out. But I feel like a lot of business owners are on like LinkedIn trying to network with business. If they understand that, they're probably not in like the distress situations, more or less.
Hey, you'll repeat what the question was, report?
Okay.
They can hear the back.
Okay, yeah, guys. The question was, what about LinkedIn? It was in like running ads on LinkedIn, and I told her, I don't know. I think it's something smart. I'm never opposed to trying it. So I'm gonna try it, and I'll let you know the results. I'll try it with my own money because I don't like testing with my clients. If that makes sense. Thank you. Anybody else got any more questions? All right, JR, you want to kick us off?
So we got one more. We got one more to that.
If you had to choose one in social media platform, what would you choose?
If I had to choose one social media platform, Facebook, 100%. I don't know why, probably because I manage a lot of money from it, but you guys need to do Facebook ads. Huh?
I said I think Facebook more personal.
Oh, yeah, 100%, because you get to track everything down, guys, to the smallest scale, like how many people actually stopped and watched your ad, how many people watched your ad through 90 seconds, 30 seconds, 25 seconds. You get to be you get to get the data, go and implement it, because now I'm going to get like real technical with it, because if you see, and you get localized with it, 100%. And if I wanted to target, let's say my creative was really good, but I'm not getting that many leads, it means one of two things. My website isn't converting well, or I'm targeting the wrong audience. And Facebook will let you know that if you know exactly which metrics to check. And I feel like Google PPC is kind of just all over the place, if you ask me. I think some people are super successful with Google PPC, but it's kind of hit that cap, and you can't actually scale up for it.
So did you go to school for this? How did you?
Ooh, okay, yeah, guys. So YouTube University, YouTube, 100%. I started off drop shipping. I didn't go to college. I made more money than my teacher in the 12th grade, and I had my Shopify dashboard up, if you guys know what that looked like, and I made like 90 grand in like 8 months. And I was telling my teacher, she's like, what is that? I was like, yeah, this is how much money I made in 8 months. And she was like, that's more money than I make in like 2 years. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to college. So I was like, forget that. And at the time, Ty Lopez came out. I don't know if you guys remember who that guy was. I bought into all that and learned social media marketing, spent $50, $60 million in ad spend, and just made a lot of money from that. That's a really good question. Yes, ma'am.
Quick question. So are you providing these services? So hire, or are you just helping us learn to do it on our own?
Great question, guys. So the biggest caveat to my services and how creative I am, I cap out markets. So I have some clients in the room, so I can't like bring everybody on for marketing services, because guess what happens? It affects his cost per lead. It affects Carlos' cost per lead. Everybody's cost per lead starts to go down, because I'm not worried about my competition. I say I don't have competition. I try to put his competition out of business. If I'm trying to do that, guess what happens? I put, if I have 20 clients in this room, everybody start competing against each other. And that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make me money. It doesn't make my clients money. So Houston, we only have like 2 spots left in Houston. So we kind of cap off markets. Yeah. Thank you. Great question, by the way.
Let's give Courtney a round of applause, guys. All right, so get him out of here and then get him in there, bro.
Thanks so much, bro.